Hello everyone! Welcome to one more webinar organized by the companies DroneUA and EcoFlow. Let me introduce Valery Yakovenko. It's our third webinar together, and myself, Sergey Silin, brand manager of EcoFlow Ukraine. Today we plan a very interesting discussion, both for those who want to work in renewable energy industry and those who want to become an integrator of a new modern energy in Ukraine. This is where the whole world aims to. But I think Valery, since he follows the main changes and modern technologies in renewable energy industry in the world, can tell us more about it. Well, what is renewable energy? Tell us about its development in Ukraine and what can Drone.UA and EcoFlow offer for its integrators. Well, first, we should understand that renewable energy is our future. The whole world bans using mining materials such as coal, gas, and oil to produce energy. This is extremely important because it affects our planet directly, and our goal is to leave a better place after us. We need to recover our planet, not to destroy it. And here we talk about ecology first of all. Another critical point is economy. Dependence on mining sources is a dependence, which is nothing good, and we all understand this. Especially now we understand this, and we understand that any dependence is not good. When we talk about energy independence, this means that you can generate energy and keep it for yourself in that form and quantity which you personally need. Till now at the Ukrainian market, there was such a story with the selling of extra energy, so that if you don't want to use it, you sell it by the green tariff. But now we talk about different things. We talk about the ability of each family, let's say huge mansion or house business in the regions of Ukraine, to be independent from the Obolenergo company. So we have an opportunity to be independent from those companies who put these poles and ropes and wires, who take these transportational costs for the energy to be transported to your house. And that could change. The tariff, it might be green or the ordinary tariff, so the tariff might get higher or lower, you never know. So we talk about energy independence as an economical component right now.
Економічну складову взагалі існування. Тобто наразі в нас відчиняється можливість.
Now we have an opportunity to create independence. We can talk about cooperative building some communities. Maybe in a couple of years we'll be talking about towns. But now we speak about separate houses. The main benefit for the society is the creation of ecosystems. Last time I mentioned that Drone.UA is a company which creates markets and ecosystems. We created a market of drones. You know it because we promoted it for the last 9 years. Now this market doesn't have any problems with understanding what it is and how to use it. This is a useful market as well as robotic equipment. And now our strategic mission is to create an ecosystem of players focused on energy saving and technologies which help to store energy. Sorry, I will interrupt you here. First, I want to apply to our audience. Please follow our pages Drone.UA and EcoFlow. Click the bell to know more about our products and follow the news in Ukraine in both our companies. And also, I want to make a short announcement, as I think that Drone.UA should have also conducted a webinar on how to use drones during wartime. You know, just to explain people the concept, the rules, just about the question of drones. Well, let's leave it for the future and try not to mention the conditions we have to live in right now. Now let's concentrate on the opportunities and get back to these technologies of energy conservation, and our webinar is focused on this. So let's get back to ecosystem. Ecosystem is not only a product and its consumer. Ecosystem is also a number of stakeholders who work at this market. Those are integrators, different services centers which help to maintain or repair this equipment. Those are developers who create ideas, panels, technologies to use around the existing center of technologies, which is EcoFlow. This gives an opportunity to have additional certification and licenses of definite objects or products where the energy is kept, and even the state here acts as a stakeholder. Energy conservation is a market, a great big market where we enter now, and we even have a signed draft law about the main market players of the energy market. The draft is signed but not yet enforced, right? This is already a law, and we will have a separate webinar about this because our technologies are created just for this. We create technologies for the players of the energy conservation market. You're right here. We need to explain the peculiarities of this law to the people, how it will act. Maybe we organize another webinar and invite someone from the ministry. I think we will invite somebody from the ministry and somebody like DTEC, because we already see that in the area of energy generation and distribution, we have multiple players, companies which ultimately make an agreement with the final consumer. This is a market formation. By the way, my congratulations, you are a future European by the passport already. You will have a passport of EU member country as well as I. European Union is a community of countries which supports and develops this market. And I want to say that the energy of conservation market will be so huge and great. And this webinar we conduct today opens new opportunities for the players. Those who will start investing money in the business today will in a couple of years receive multiple return on investments. All the players face great opportunities now. Why do you think this market only now started to develop in Ukraine? Because other countries such as Denmark and Sweden started to use alternative energy a while ago. And here we not only mention the dwelling houses, but the entire cities equipped with the alternative energy technologies. Well, we need to understand that the fact of alternative energy existence does not solve the problem. Because when you generate energy with the help of renewable sources, like wind, which sometimes you have and sometimes you don't have. The sun, which shines at daytime only. You have other sources of energy which are all united by instability, except for geothermal, I guess. I'm sorry. This instability is a problem because people need a sustainable source of energy. We don't stop drinking coffee, cooking meal, etc. when the sun is not shining. Thus, energy consumption is a sustainable component which evens from renewable energy sources with the help of atomic power stations or other power stations which either work on coal or gas. And this is a problem because in fact we create extra energy with the help of the sun, but we cannot consume it. We need to store it somewhere to use in times of high demand. There are a lot of examples for this, such as hydropower stations, which can quickly increase the generation of energy. But this is a limited resource. We don't have a lot of them, and they are allocated far away, that they would have to transmit this energy to long distances. Also, there are some stores for the energy which use water and water flow when it goes down and you have to generate the energy. But all of this is not necessary when you have an EcoFlow. All the massive energy reservoirs should be subtracted from the formula and the mobile banks should be added. They should be allocated not far away. They can be placed right at your house. You should not buy the energy produced somewhere. You can just install panels and produce your own energy. Produce, keep, and use when you really need it, absolutely. For example, you have a family increase and you understand that you will use 25% more energy, so you need additional battery and a couple of more solar panels. Simple. You move and you can easily take all the installed equipment with you. You already have an independent energy infrastructure. This also relates for businessmen. Let's say you want to increase your production, you install additional panels, additional batteries, and you just work. You keep working, and when you decrease your production or put on hold, you just turn it off. This is like just like a green tariff. Well, I don't want to talk about green tariff now, because this is a separate business. I want to focus on energy independence, because green tariff is a dependence. You depend on the state, and I need freedom. Freedom for everyone to produce and consume energy. Now we talk about the consumption by the family, by the community. We don't involve anyone from the possibility that could sell it to us. We will consume it responsibly and generate responsibly. Okay, since we started talking about it, I guess we need to show it to our audience. Something that we have announced at our first webinar and how we can use it shortly. Okay, go. Please show our first slide. Here you can see a picture where on the left is a future from EcoFlow and on the right is something we used to have before. Just a little correction, it's not a future from EcoFlow. This is something we have now. This product is just not present at the Ukrainian market yet, but it's already presented at the world markets already. Let's announce the start of sales now. I wouldn't say sales, but let's say the pre-order. So within our webinar, we announce a pre-order of a new product of EcoFlow for personal energy independence. How is it called? Power Hub. Power Hub, and the batteries are called LFP batteries. EcoFlow. Great. Inside of these batteries we have powerful cells. Well, yes, we'll get back to this. Please show us the second slide. It is important that people see and understand what it is. Here you see a system which would be integrated to your house. Next slide, please. Here you see how it can work. In other words, this picture illustrates that solar panels, generator, alternative sources of energy can be plugged or connected to this battery and united by this power hub. And it has only one output for the house consumption. It is very simple. Just get it, connected and use. No difficulties at all. And the next slide shows EcoFlow LFP battery, the first one for the 5 kilowatts. This is how it will look like. Those are the integrators who work in Ukraine right now and use lead batteries. Very heavy, ineffective, and toxic. Once we had a conversation with one of the integrators and he told us they would be a good EcoFlow holders. Such a joke. But this product, a 5 kilowatt battery, is simply great. You not only can use it, but also you can store energy and use it during the next 10 years, and it will not lose its capacity at all. LFP batteries stay at the top of innovation. For example, one such battery and solar panels can provide energy for the family of 2 for a day. Even for a day, go into the cycle of using. So it's not the day, it's just to give an opportunity to be energy independent for the family of 2. This is great. And what if a baby is born? What should we do? We can add like a puzzle, one more battery. You can add 3 pieces. You can increase the capacity up to 15 kilowatts and provide energy for the family of 6. It seems like I know what I want for Christmas. Well, we announced the pre-order today, so you're welcome. Great. And what about the price, or it's a secret information? Not a secret. I guess on Monday or even today we will make an official presentation and announce power hub and batteries and give the prices. So today we have announced the start of sales of an absolutely new product which has its specific customers. Who are those people? Is it a final consumer, or we'd rather say it's an integrator? I would say all 3 categories of consumers can use it. You as a person who lives in a house and uses energy and who wants to be independent from Energo, you can buy it. But the same goes with business. Say you are an integrator and you want to create your own ecosystem with your personnel and you want to provide energy services. You can also install this product. And the same with a business who wants to be independent and provide the energy for the office or an enterprise. You can also buy it and install. I want to stress that today we not only start the sales of a product, of an element. Actually, we launch a new market. This market unites integrators, professional engineers, Ukrainians, who will install and provide services for the stations of energy independence. This market will unite thousands of people. It will spread all over Ukraine. Within next years, thousands of households will become clients of this market. The market is extremely huge, and it offers an opportunity to work and earn money. And if you are now contemplating where to invest your money, this is an option. And today, you can do it under the best conditions. This is true. Actually, next year, I can have a discussion about this and even make some bets. I think that we can make 5,000 new workplaces. Next year, we will have 5,000 integrators who will work with EcoFlow. Let's have a bet? Well, my bet is 7,000. A deal. Let's see. The market is developing, and really, why we always try to present you some new products, tell about some innovative technologies present in Ukraine, because we see, based on the example of the EcoFlow of such portable batteries, a huge development. We understand that people want to be energy independent. They want to have reliable energy sources. They want to use the station where they need to, not where the socket is or where they need to have additional wires. They don't need this anymore. The only thing that is needed is EcoFlow. You plug it where you need it and work. That's all you need. That's why those new products we just announced a pre-order for is the future of your energy independence. My opinion is that you should think about it, use it, and as Valery just mentioned, it can really be a separate business where you can invest, understanding that you will have a 10 times return on your investment. Oh, more. This is a really developing business starting from scratch. The companies will already install the solar panels on the houses, will become its part definitely, but it's not enough, and there is much more to come. Absolutely. I think we can get back to our presentation to show a couple of more slides. There is not only this battery, there are a couple of more products. There is a battery for 2 kilowatts, which capacity can increase to 6 kilowatts, meaning you can have 3 batteries. And not only for the house, by the way. I know that many Ukrainians start to use such batteries in the trailers of cars while traveling, so for touristic purposes. Do you have any examples? We are now working on this example and will definitely show it. Well, since the product is new, we have the examples of the usage of old batteries. But they are not convenient, they are heavy, difficult to install, they are not ecological. But the new products, it's already a new level. Please, next slide. You can see the size of the batteries. They won't be small, they will be light, and the most important, you can upload an application and see how your battery works. So you can manage your battery using the application from your phone and use it when needed, even if you are far away. Next slide, please. The EcoFlow Power Hub, the way it will look like, you can see how it will be installed. A nice design, no extra wires all over the place, no web all over the place, all over your garage. Next slide, please. Here we show all the outputs, what should be connected and where. Next slide, please. And here is the graphics about the trailers I've mentioned. The first installations we already see in the US and Germany, so people already use those products, and I think in one of the upcoming webinars we can show how it works. Not only US and Germany works on this, Ukrainians has also started to work with this product. Absolutely, I even know the projects you have on your mind. Right, let's get back to us, to me and Valery. Maybe Valery, you don't know it yet, but yesterday we received one more great product which we can use, and I think that maybe next week we will test it, make a video and show how it works. And it's called EcoFlow Smart Home Panel. Let me just try give you the link and get it on the screen. But this is also one of the options to connect your house to the EcoFlow battery, and the way you can live with such portable batteries as Delta Max or Delta Pro and use them in your house. Let's see if we can show it. Yes, this is how it looks like. Okay, now you will see it. while we are having some technical issues. Yes, for now I will tell a little about this product. What's the difference with the previous models? We used to connect directly EcoFlow to the meter and got the energy into the house. But thanks to this system, you can control and see each socket in your house. So I can divide the consumers in my house into groups and see what consumes my fridge, for example, or some other group. You can even turn it off from your phone no matter where you are. Wow, great! And what its power is? How much can it hold? 7.2 kilowatts. That's a lot. For the house it's enough, definitely. And I can have 2 if I need more, right? Yes. You can, and it can provide the energy for your house. Okay, I think we can show it on the screen. You can see this nice panel. Yes. I think something goes wrong, yes? Okay. Well, I think we should better show the video how it works. Can we do this now? Or maybe after the webinar? No. We'll make a video next week how we do this and show it in the next webinar. Okay, let's get back to our webinar and its quality. And I want to make a little reminder. For your critical comments that could help us get better, you will be rewarded and get some gifts. For example, last time there was a winner, our partner from Brain Company, which is an official dealer of EcoFlow and Drone.UA, and so he got the prize. And by the way, you can visit this company and increase your assortment buying the products here. And talking about the gifts, we had some critical comments as well earlier, but if today you would have some critical comments on the quality increase, tell us how we can get better, so the best comment will get the gift, and it will be an eco bag from EcoFlow. Maybe there will be a couple of gifts, maybe 10, maybe more, we don't know yet, because we want to become better, and I want to thank you for the previous comments. And well, we are working, and each time we are becoming better. I already see the questions coming, and I want to say to everyone, please send your questions if you have them, and we will address them at the end of the webinar. You are welcome. Valerie, and I want to tell you about the first step one should make to connect the house to the EcoFlow. We just made an announcement of the pre-order for the new integration systems. We told that next week we are going to connect the smart home panel and make a video of the process. But I think the majority of our followers and audience would like to see how the houses are being connected to those batteries and solar panels right now, and whether this house can function using only alternative energy. I would like to show it. I guess we need to show it. Please show our next presentation. This is the house that lives on solar energy. This house is located in the suburbs of Kyiv. This is the real object that functions exclusively on solar energy. No additional batteries. So this is just what you were telling. It is important not only generate solar energy, but store it and use when needed. Okay, in this house, how many people live here? So it's 3 people, 2 adults and a child. And how many panels installed there? There are solar panels, 4 solar panels, 400 watts. You can see it. How much time did it take you to install those 4 panels and batteries? I mean, only the time for installation. You will not believe it. It took me 4 hours. So in 4 hours, I installed 4 panels and batteries and connected it. Well, this sounds like a fantasy. So you make a phone call, invite engineers, they come, and in 4 hours your house is totally equipped. Great. 4 hours from the beginning of the installation. And how do you check if everything is in order? The quality of connection, etc. How do you do this? Let's look at the presentation and see how it worked. Okay, at the next slide you see the beginning of the process when 400 watt panels were brought, and to understand which way is better to connect them to the solar panels so that we could use 1600 watts, but it turned out if we connect them in a parallel way, then our panels would give all the 1600 watts, the amperage would be less, and due to the panels were connected in a parallel and subsequent way, so 2 and 2. It was done especially to increase their capacity, and maybe because of the less watts, to increase their capacity in morning and evening hours. So when the sun has risen, the generation starts and the energy starts to be supplied to your battery, and from your battery to your house consumption. And here on this yard we try to experiment and see and try different ways to connect those solar panels. And we have invented this one of the best ways. Next slide, please. After this, these 4 solar panels were set up at the roof of the house. The house is facing the south, and this is actually the best way to set up and install these solar panels because the most energy comes when they are facing the south. The angle of inclination is approximately 32-45 degrees. So this is one of the best options, best versions. So the solar panels were installed, and after that, let's see at the next slide. The next step was to rewire all the system. Here you can see. The main purpose here is to create one single network so that all the consumers that you have would receive the alternative energy sources. This is if we are talking about the connection of the general station of the EcoFlow Delta Pro. Because if we connect the smart home panel here, then the connection would be changed a little bit. Because here we would like to see the whole house and control its every socket. But in this case, we connected all the most important consumers to one line. You can see on this slide lots of home appliances, and we're not talking only about telephones. You see different equipment here. There were 2 TV sets, there was a fridge, kettle, a microwave, laptop, 3 telephones, washing machine, laundry machine, and also a security system with the 2 cameras. Also a couple of rotors, and there was a vacuum cleaner which also worked, and also a water pump. So you can imagine the energy capacity being consumed in the house like that. Yes, this is actually the equipment we all use and the existing equipment in almost every house, everything that we need. Everything we need to create a comfortable way of living. Yes, that's right. And now let's look at the next slide. Here we see that from the top from the solar panels, the cables go through the ventilation to the ground floor where our batteries were installed, and after that you get connected through MS4 connector, and then the output goes to the XT60, which is supplied with each station and is very easily to be connected. XT60 is very well known for the guys from ROZETKA because it's a standard output for the batteries which are used by the drones. In other words, this is a very convenient and widespread output. Yes, here we see how the solar panels get quickly and simply connected to our power station. And here you see the connection process itself. Only one socket from Delta Pro is used to power the whole house. All in all, you have 12 free sockets or outputs, and you can connect a lot of other stuff as well. And you see the socket is connected, and at the meter, just one relay, we use it to transfer from the general network to the power station. And you just turn it off, and if you install the Wi-Fi module, you can do this from any part of the world. You just press the button and switch the general network to a solar panel. And if you realize that the energy is not enough for your purposes, you just transfer it to the general network. But today we are talking about 100% alternative. This slide illustrates what I've just said. From each part of the world, you can monitor how your house consumes a pure solar energy, just with the help of 4 solar panels and a big capacity battery. Each day of the week, we collected data to see if the solar energy is enough. We made it during the sunny days and during the cloudy days. You see here the data for the evening and how the generation and storage of the solar energy during different parts of the day was left for the 8 or 9 p.m. The energy was enough to go through the night and start a new day of energy generation. What was the minimal percent of the energy left during the gloomy day? 50%. So you had a reserve for one more day? No, not for one more day. It was a reserve for the night till the next day morning, because the least we had was 25% for 6 a.m. This was a critical point, but since I have an opportunity to control everything, and now, by the way, the station keeps working, and what is left there right now, just right now, is it already renewed to 100%? Yesterday was a critical point because of the rainy days in Kyiv lately. We had 1% battery for 5 a.m. for 40 minutes, and at 5:41 the next day generation has started. And what is the percentage now? 21%. Great. This is already with the consumption, right? Yes, we can monitor everything right now. You can see it. And even now, though it's not sunny and the sun generation is 430 watts and the house consumption is 134 watts, and the reserve we have is 1600 watts. Yes, that's great. In this system is 1200. Tell me please, now we're limited by 4 panels for 400 watts. But if we're talking about those new LFP batteries, the energy hub, which is almost ready to be bought, tell me please, how many panels should we install then for this house? We can install 12 panels for 400 watts, and this will give us almost 5 kilowatts of energy. And why only 12? 400 multiplied 12 gives us 5 kilowatts. Well, I thought it's more. And why do we need more? We don't need to cover the area of the whole roof. Well, yes, I got you. But if we need, we can multiply it by an additional hub, right? Yes, that's right. You just install the next one and you have 5 plus 5 plus 5. You're welcome. Do I get it right that we don't need an inverter? But it's already there. And using, by the way, an application, you can program the way you want the energy to be consumed. For example, the priority is the sun, then accumulator, then alternative, let's say generator, and only after that, but I don't know, I have no idea what would you need to be to get connected, you can choose the general power network. There is such an option. There is such an option, but we will not do this. There won't be energy deficiency. Let's get back to the presentation. There is a couple more slides left. I just want to show the advantages of EcoFlow. As we mentioned already, it's very quickly to install and it's 100% energy coverage for the whole house. You only need solar batteries, station, either Delta Max or Delta Pro, maybe some additional batteries if needed, and that's it. Nothing more. Good. Okay. I have one more final question. The price. Okay. First, I want to say that people can already watch the video because it's already available on our Facebook followers. There are 2 versions of this video. The short one and the large version, but I would say that this integration doesn't exceed 10,000 euro. Okay, I got it. That is interesting. So this is generation, connection, and storage. So we have 3 functions here. Guys, I want to mention one thing. When I have a new plot of land, maybe a cooperative or a house outside Kyiv, to get the power into my house, I need to connect to the power transformator. First, there are no free capacities at this transformator. Second, this system is a very corrupted system. You would have to bribe a head of the cooperative or the owner of this transformator who will give you this capacity, and this amount, as I remember, can reach up to $4,000 or $5,000. So this is just an element of the corruption scheme to connect your house to the power station. So when you build something new, you will have to pay. Not only this is a corruption scheme, but it's definitely expenses. No one will ever connect you for free. That's why we can say that we can already save $5,000. We don't pay anybody. We create energy and we use it, and we don't owe anything. To sum up, generation, connection, and storage of the energy will cost up to 10,000 euros. 5,000 euro we already subtract because we don't need to pay for connection. So we have 5 more for generation and storage. As I understand, when we generate energy, it can ultimately cost 50 kopecks for kilowatts. And you just need to store it. And if we looked at the elements of EcoFlow system, which can keep 7 kilowatts of charge, we can prolong the amortization period for 15 years, let's say 10 years. So this 5,000 euro left, you can amortize for 10 coming years. This makes 500 a year, which is less than 50 euro a month, 46 euro per month, and you are totally energy independent. That's a great plan. 46 euro per month, and you don't pay anything to Oblenergo. Never. And this is an opportunity you should use. Well, even in this house, you can see that during a week it was generated and stored about 50 kilowatts. How much did you pay for this kilowatts? Was it 1.2? Yes. Oh, 1.9? Yes. So when we say about the amount of kilowatts used, it's not a lot. But when you live there, well, just remember your energy bills. How much do you pay? 500, 1,000, 2,000 hryvnias. And you will not pay. Valery, you know, it's not only about money. The other day, when there was a huge storm, when the neighbor calls asking for how long there were light out, I say, well, we have the light. We just have it. The question sometimes it's not about saving money, it's about being independent and having your own energy. No blackouts, no dependence on meter readers, no one is cheating you, telling you have to pay more since the bills were not made correctly. You know what I'm saying about. As each year, Oblenergo informs us about this. Well, it will never happen again. You will be independent, and this can be made in 4 hours. Now, I will tell you that now in Ukraine the energy prices are 1.6, 1.9 hryvnias. For business, it's even more. We open a new office now, and they gave us the price 5.7 hryvnias. Okay, it's almost 6 hryvnias per kilowatt. What are we going to do? What do you think? Of course, we will install EcoFlow. But my message is that those prices are for now, June 23, 2022. Will those prices change in a year? No one knows. I guess that the prices will get higher. First of all, we need to look at the energy prices in EU. The prices will also get higher, as well as the quality. But I need to mention that EU countries also tend to turn to energy independence. Recently, we received the information that in Germany, which is a leader in EcoFlow sales in EU, they buy EcoFlow not to be left without energy. But if we compare the quantity of private houses turned off, the general power in Germany and Ukraine, in Germany the light goes out only for 2-3 hours twice a year, and they are afraid to be left without energy as well as we are, because losing energy is not only that you cannot cook something or charge your phone. You lose your internet, your phone. Yes, you have some risks, and you can also lose heat, because if your pump doesn't work, if you have a gas boiler, you have to turn it off. Well, there's too many problems. Okay, getting back to the presentation, I just want to wind up describing the advantages. Please get back to the previous slide. During this week, we were testing our system. There were no problems with energy supplies at all. Do I get it correctly that inside there is an inverter which produces a pure sine wave which can control the maintenance of the home electric appliances? Yes, that's right. It's 220 volt, a pure sine wave which affects all the appliances. Wow, that's plus 2 more years of your dishwasher life, your fridge, and also your TV, your PS, computer. These appliances will not suffer from the changes of voltage. It doesn't mean whether it's 190 or 220, it will not affect your appliances. This is an excellent opportunity to supply a sustainable source of energy for yourself. And also, to add to these advantages that I've already mentioned, the online management is very convenient. For example, right now I can see what is going on, the generation process, the work of the batteries, the consumption process. This is very convenient, as well as 24/7 monitoring. You can see how much energy was consumed. You can plan for the future. Well, it's self-energy balancing. Here it's also very interesting. On the picture, you see the station and additionally EcoFlow battery. Very often in other systems, the additional battery falls out if it is discharged. In this case, with EcoFlow, you can put 2 such batteries, and the system is balancing charge and discharge process by itself. So it can charge the station itself and additional batteries the way the energy would be consumed in the smartest way possible. And it ensures the smooth working process. And the ability of energy increase up to 11 kilowatts due to the station and 2 additional batteries. And if we have a smart panel, we can increase it up to 22 kilowatts. Well, it sounds really great. Well, if 7.2 kilowatts is enough for a day, then 22 kilowatts is really... Do I get it right? Okay, we got the houses connected, we put the Delta Pro, 4 additional batteries to get 22 kilowatts. And if we have to go somewhere and take the energy with us, can we do this? Yes, sure. You just turn it off, take the station and batteries, and go wherever you want. So Delta Pro is a battery of a size of a suitcase. You just plug it off. It is already charged. It has a battery with a capacity of 3.6 kilowatts hours. You put this battery in the car and go. You get back, put it into the socket, and that's all. Yes, this is the advantage. It's mobility. It's like a constructor, Lego. You can do anything you want, add something, open another something. This is mobility and independence. And you even don't need to take off the solar panels to take with you. Just get another panels at EcoFlow for, let's say, 400 watt, 2 pieces, connect them and take with you. It works well. Okay, I offered to get to the questions because we are out of time, and now I will read the questions we got from the audience during the webinar. First question: what is the first price of 1 kilowatt from your system, meaning the energy generation? Talking about energy generation, the company which installed you the batteries told you it was about 50 kopecks per kilowatt. This is the price of the kilowatt due to the depreciation of the solar battery. If we're talking about the storage, I will remind you that for 7.2 kilowatts of capacity and the base is 3.6, the cost price was, if we take into account the price of Delta Pro, how much was it? 163,000 163,000 for 10 years, well, even more than 10 years. It can work more just with lower capacity. Yes, lower capacity. I just want to give some average calculation. Okay, then you make the calculations and I will answer the next question. Can we use the EcoFlow batteries with the solar panels of other manufacturer? Yes, it is possible, and you might see in the presentation that those panels were not of EcoFlow. But in a couple of months in Ukraine we'll receive first stationary solar panels, which we will test and compare with others and see the difference, whether they are more effective, which I'm sure they are more effective, and we can compare this. But we will have you have such an option. Have you made the calculations? The cost price if we break it into 10 years? My figure is about 4 hryvnias, but I want to check it, because I was consuming like 160 kilowatt of consumption. The average house consumes approximately 450-500 watt per month. So now we see that the energy cost price is less than 3 hryvnias. The energy generated by yourself. No blackouts, no additional problems or expenses. You have a guaranteed lowest price for energy, and I think that is extremely good. It's less than 3 hryvnias. Yes, here is the answer to your first question. Is there a possibility to change the batteries? Well, yes, they can be repaired, but why? Look by yourself. Delta Pro is 10 years of daily work and 3 years guarantee. Okay, I will tell you what happens if it is a guarantee case. When one of the banks is out of order from EcoFlow, first, it can never happen because of the high quality standard of the product. But if that happens, they will just change the banks or the whole battery itself. Actually, they would change the whole block. The spoiled bank will either be utilized or refurbished. These models will be also present at the market and will cost 20–30% less. But their guarantee term will be quite limited. If we are talking about new batteries, you should understand that for 3 years it will work without any problems. You know, when I answered the question about the price of the system, and I told you it was 10,000 euro, but it was according to the official rate. Actually, we spent for battery, for system, Delta Pro, solar panels and connection 320,000 hryvnias. So it seems like it's 8,000 euro. With the current rate, I don't know, it's even less. According to your calculations, even less. It's like 2.5 hryvnias for 1 kilowatt of generated and stored energy. What options do you have for apartments? Installation of solar panels at the balcony. There is such an option. There are smaller stations, though this one is also quite small. Here you see Delta Max for 2 kilowatts. You can take 2 400-watt solar panels, install them to your balcony, connect them to the station where you have 4 outputs, which you can easily connect to your main consumer groups. So this is definitely real. You can live in your apartment using alternative energy. You can also organize a project together with your community, building owners, for example, and put the solar panels on the roof of your building and supply energy to your apartments using the systems of energy generation and supply.
ви розміщите сонячні панелі та системи накопичення електроенергії в квартирах, а генеруючі просто.
And you can make it together for the whole building. Well, we have almost 1 minute left, and I would offer to answer quicker. Do we have some time limits? Maybe we can make it longer. We have time. Yes, okay, sure. If we use power station as a battery backup, will it have a negative effect on the battery? Yes, it will have a negative effect on the battery, and during 10 years its capacity will be 20% less. It's 2% a year. Well, a huge loss. 2%. You're being ironic, right? Right. What is a wind load on the swivel bracket of the solar panel? Well, that is the question for the engineers, but it's quite high because, an example, we had a serious storm, rain and strong wind. The trees fell down, but the solar panels stayed safe on the roof. I need one more for the minibus and a stationary panel for the house. Well, if you need more products, you are welcome to our companies EcoFlow, Drone.UA, and of course to our partners. We are all one system. We have more than 400 companies at the Ukrainian market who work with EcoFlow company with the help of Drone.UA, which created and continues to create this ecosystem. 400 players, that's quite a lot, and they are present almost, in any city of Ukraine. And I want to say that our next webinar, we will explain how you can become a partner of EcoFlow, whether it's worth doing, which I think it's worth doing. We will explain everything, so please, you are welcome to join us for our next webinar. Listen to the advantages of being a partner of EcoFlow. Is it enough solar energy to produce energy supply for the house during winter time? Well, such a good question. It's a tricky question, and I think it's someone from the integrators who asked this question. Look, heating is, well, I won't say it's a problem, but it's a question that needs solution. In fact, we need to create conditions for generating more energy during winter time, and with the help of new products like Smart Hub from EcoFlow, we can solve this question. So we would need to create extra solar panels to satisfy exclusively heating issues in your house. In summertime, not all the panels work to generate energy, and they generate extra energy. And in wintertime, we create conditions to satisfy the heating needs, and this is possible. Yes, this is possible. We will do this, we will test it, and the coming winter will give us answers to those questions. Yes, we will do this and test this system during each season. We will have different locations, and some of them will be working in the online mode, and you will be able to follow them. It's very real for us. We want to be open, we want to show how it works, we want to show you all the troubles, and if you already have some problems, we can help you to eliminate this problem, how to make your system better, and if you need the energy, we can help you with this. This is our main task. Let's do the following. When we install smart home panel, I have an offer. Let's stream it. We will make an online translation. We will have separate display showing the consumption on the house in the real time. We will have a separate display at our station, EcoFlow, and separately we will show a screen with application which will stream what is going on, and this information will be available for a month. Such a long stream. Okay, and by the way, getting back to the previous questions, you can see the work of the system in different conditions. Sunny or windy, snowy, rainy weather. This is absolutely real. Let's do this. What oil should be used in EcoFlow generator? This is a good question, because since you should use the oil 10V40 for the EcoFlow generator, the generator itself can be connected to any station which is connected to your house, and in case you don't have enough energy, you don't need even to go down to this generator to see it. It automatically starts and charges your battery to the set capacity, let's say 80 or 90%, and then turns off by itself. No problems at all. With the help of your generator, this question can be solved very quickly. What was the most unusual use of EcoFlow station that you have seen? Well, nice question. What was it for you? For me, probably the best case was when we used the EcoFlow system to transfer the patient with a medical ventilator. I wouldn't call it an unusual case. It is more a super important case and very, very important for me. And I remember a case in Cherkasy Oblast. In one of the houses, the light was turned out, and the portable EcoFlow station river was used to keep the light for the eggs which were in the incubator. The light was out for 8 hours, and during that time, not one egg had suffered. We have the story on our Facebook page with the chicks from those eggs stand around the EcoFlow river station. I want to see this story again, so let's post it on Facebook one more time. That was a really nice story. It made my day back then, and today again we remembered about this case, and it's very nice. Okay, if we have a question or questions from Facebook, let me know, because we covered all the questions on our YouTube. So, well, let's then thank everyone who joined this webinar today. Thanks for good questions. Thanks for listening to this information. And I want to remind you that all the webinars are on a regular basis, because our aim is to stay in touch with you, to increase our community. We want to build an energy-independent Ukraine, and we are already doing this. We already have 400 partners all over Ukraine. Drone.UA have created an ecosystem of innovators in the area of electro-energy, and actually we can already say that we are launching a new market. We will have a lot of new partners, new integrators, and I want you to join this new ecosystem as well. This is about opportunities. This will help to rebuild Ukraine immediately in a very innovative format. Thank you. I also want to thank you and tell that our next webinar will be held on Monday at 5 p.m. and there we'll be discussing the questions about partnership, how to become a partner, how to make the work with EcoFlow better, how EcoFlow can help you as a new partner, how to develop this market together, and how to be energy independent in Ukraine. Those webinars will be held on a regular basis, and we plan to have them next month as well. Please invite your friends who want to install similar system, who wants to be independent and free. Please share our links. get signed to our pages on Facebook to Drone.UA or EcoFlow, which is an official distributor in Ukraine. You can see all the main information about the new products, about the cases of usage, and information on how to become a partner or simply a friend. Please, you're welcome to join us. Yes, you see the bell, click the bell and sign to our YouTube channel. And also you will find there the links with the useful information so that we can be in touch with EcoFlow, and as well as EcoFlow with its energy is helping you wherever you are. Thank you for this meeting and see you soon. Bye-bye.
З енергією, де б ви не були, вам допомагає. Так і ми разом з вами. Дякуємо вам сьогодні за нашу зустріч і до наступних. Па-па.